and then we're going to jump right into this thing, guys. So, hey, if it's your first week on our training, guys, I want you to just type, it's my like first day or something like that in the Zoom chat. We got a bunch of new faces on, people that I don't know. That's super exciting. So we're going to get rolling with this. Let me share my screen. We're going to get going off to a fast start. So let's get this thing going. So share screen. I promise I've used Zoom before. There we go. All right. So Abe, thumbs up. Can you see that? Cool. All right. So guys, we're talking about getting off to a fast start, 101 week number 2. So 8 to 10 hours a week will buy you financial freedom if you follow the system. Okay. Obviously not tomorrow. Okay. So if you're like, Dan, I gave it 8 weeks or I gave it 8 hours for 1 week, you're not going to be financially free. Okay. It's going to take you some time to get there, but 8 to 10 hours a week for 3 to 5 years, and you're going to be set up for success. You're going to have a plan in place. You're going to have income coming in, Amanda, that's going to be able to pay you at least 50 grand a year in residual reoccurring income that you aren't going to need to show up to work for. Okay. It doesn't just happen. Like, that's one thing I really want to make sure that y'all understand is it's a fast start. It's a work. You're building a business. It's not just a scratch off lottery ticket. Like, you have to show up and put the work in and put the effort in, but 8 to 10 hours a week, I would venture to guess that most of you, if not all of you, spend 8 to 10 hours a week on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok combined, at least. Some of you probably individually on each of those apps, right? And the reality is, if you could take a little bit of that time and allocate it to something that dedicates and builds skills for you, you're going to be able to generate an income that's going to pay you very, very well over the course of time. And so getting off to a fast start is a massive precursor to success in Primerica. Everybody type precursor in the Zoom chat. If you can't figure out how to spell it, it's right there. It's a precursor because it's going to give us an idea of who is coachable, who is willing to go and put the work in. Now, that being said, if you don't get off to a fast start, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not a coachable person. It also doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful. But what I will tell you is that, I think it's a slide on here later, about 80% of people that ever get to regional vice president got to district leader in their first 30 days. So what that means is that 4 out of 5 people that are regional vice presidents right now got to district in their first 30 days. What that also tells me, Angie, is that there's still 20% of the RVPs that did not get to district leader in their first 30 days. So even if you don't do it fast, you can still do it, but it's a much higher probability of you being successful quick here if you get this done, right? So we want to make this happen, get off to a fast start. And so they went 3 by 3 in their first 30 days. 80% of them, $100,000 earners, regional vice presidents in their first 30 days went 3 by 3. That's district leader. Okay. You have to understand how important it is for you to get going quickly. So your business is built on a 3-legged stool. Everybody type 3 legs in the Zoom chat real quick. Your business is built on a 3-legged stool. Okay. So you have to have all 3 of these legs because Mandy, if I only put one of these legs in here and you had 5 grand a month sitting on top of the stool waiting for you to show up and do what you needed to do, and all you had to do was build all 3 of these legs equally, but you only did one, you only got licensed, but you never learned the other stuff, that's not going to be good, right? Your money's going to fall off or whatever. It's going to fall over. You're not going to make the money. It's just not going to happen. We have to make sure that we're building all 3 legs at the same time. So the first one is licensing. I have not officially updated this with what we're going to be doing for licensing yet. So currently we're scheduling complete your online class. You're going to get into it. We want you to get you testing within 3 days of finishing your class. If you're trying the new stuff that we're doing, guys, if you're going through this cram course that we're testing out right now, you should schedule your test right away. And you should go through that 6-hour cram course and take your test the next day. This system could get you licensed very quickly. Okay, you need to get through your licensing material very fast. Okay, we want you to be licensed so you can get paid. Okay, the exam. Let me make sure that I hope this makes sense. If you're going through the material, guys, if you're going through the material, you're not going through the material to necessarily become a professional at explaining the ins and outs of life insurance. Okay, you are passing the exam so you can get paid. You're getting field trained and you're getting on trainings and you're learning how to do the business, how to help a family in your field training appointments. That's where you learn. You still go in with a trainer. You're not going by yourself until you're ready, right? That license allows you to make money right away. Okay. Now, if you want to take 6 months to get licensed and learn everything first, go ahead, but you're going to get frustrated because you're not getting paid. And that's not because we don't want to pay you. It's because legally you cannot get paid without a license. So you have to get paid, or sorry, you have to get licensed. You do also have to get paid, but you have to get licensed in order to get paid. Okay. So the second thing is meetings and the calls, the trainings that we have right now, the technology that we utilize with Teachable. So meetings make you money indirectly. Okay. Everybody type indirectly in the Zoom chat real quick. I don't want you to be like, Dan, I got on 3 trainings a week for 90 days and that's all I did and I didn't get paid. Yes, you're not going to get paid for self-developing directly. Okay. Nobody ever cuts me a check, Angie, every time I listen to an audiobook. I wish they did. That'd be cool, but they don't. What they do though is they pay you indirectly more. The more you read, the more you learn, the better you get paid, the more money you make. Okay. That's just the reality of life in general. So meetings make you money indirectly, right? Meetings build teams directly. Meetings directly build your team. You plug your people into the meeting, the right people are going to stick around and the wrong ones are going to not stick around. It is what it is. Be mad at it or just accept that that's true. People that don't want to be a part of something bigger than themselves are not going to stick around. It's just a fact, right? But the reality is the right people stick around and it gets people stuck with you. It gets people excited. It gets people engaged. It builds your team, right? Meetings create competence. Guys, I understand that the 101 series that we're in right now, some of you guys are like, well, I'm not learning anything about how to do the business. You're right. You're learning the foundation of everything you're going to build on for the next 10, 20 years of your career here. You have to have a solid foundation first, right? If you imagine if you just went to the beach and you threw a house up on sand, that's just not a great idea. You need a solid foundation. The first 6 weeks, this 101 series is designed to be the concrete base of the house that you're building that's going to build something over time here for you and pay your family forever. But you have to have a solid foundation to build something that's strong. Okay. So that's what these first 6 weeks are. And this is so crucial and fundamental. And meetings allow freedom. I am a big fan of the phrase that discipline equals freedom. Okay. If you do what you need to do every day, it's crazy. Josh, the more discipline I put in my life, the more routines and regimented things that I do, the more I stick to a schedule, the more free, John, I actually feel like I am because I open up more time to do stuff because I get stuff done. I know that if it's in my calendar, it's going to happen. And so, KJ, I'm not afraid to go out and put something on my schedule because I know it's going to happen. Because I do what I say, right? I talked about this last week. When you do what you say and you show up every week for yourself, Josh, you become somebody that can look in the mirror and say, hey, this guy does what he says. And that becomes a very powerful statement for you to be able to say to yourself, right? So we have to be able to develop that ability. And guys, getting on the meetings and the trainings, it develops the freedom that you're looking for over time. Again, over time. Type lagging indicator in the Zoom chat real quick. A lot of this stuff is a lagging indicator. You're not going to see it tomorrow and see something tomorrow where you're like, yep, that makes sense. Now I'm a millionaire. It doesn't work like that, right? Like, and honestly, like you might see something tomorrow and be like, that's good. And 7 years from now, you'll be like, it was that one sentence that allowed me to develop the skill that got me here to where I'm at right now. And I just got to RVP. I just got to SVP. I really hope it doesn't take you 7 years. But my point is, if it did take you that long, would you be willing to put the work in a couple hours a week to get it done? Right. And you're going to be able to look back and point back at something that's stuck with you over time. Right now, the meeting times, these are our current active meeting times. Sunday night, we have an 8 o'clock training. That's why you're all on right now. Great job. Congrats. You made it. So Sunday night at 8 o'clock, mark it in your calendar. It's the same Zoom link literally every week. The next one is Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. This is in Tampa at our office. The office address, Cass, can you put it in the Zoom chat real quick, please? The office address, Cassie's going to drop in the Zoom chat for you guys. So save that. If you're local in the general Tampa area, I would 1000% encourage you to do whatever you can to get to those meetings. So you can get in the environment, you can meet people that are excited, that want to see you succeed, get into those meetings. And then Saturday at 9:30, same place, same Zoom link as what you're on right now. The Tuesday night Zoom link will be posted in the Telegram chat as well as texted to you like it was tonight. But so you have Sunday night and Saturday at 9:30. Those are on this same Zoom link. Tuesday at 7. That is a different Zoom link. Okay. Those are our 3 main trainings. Like I was talking with somebody earlier today, talking about meetings. Like, look, if you miss the meetings, don't expect to win. Like, I'm not trying to be negative here. I'm just being real. I've never seen somebody who's not on meetings win here. Like, I've never even like winning, even making like $1,000 a month. Like, I've never seen that, because you have to show up so that way you can be, in the environment where you're learning how to do the business. right? It's a lot like church. If you know what I'm talking about, you go to church, right? And the less you go to church, the less you feel like you need to go to church, and all of a sudden you don't go to church anymore, and then you don't, you're just not going to church. It's the same thing here. The less you go to the meetings, the less you're involved, and all of a sudden you're not writing any business and you're not getting paid, and you find yourself at a different job because you weren't consistent doing the things you need to do. Right? We have to make sure that we're showing up consistently. We have an optional 8 a.m. wake up call. It is on this this exact same Zoom link. Okay, so the Sunday, Saturday, and 8 a.m. calls are on this Zoom link every day. And they're always posted in Telegram. Tuesday is the only one that's different. 8 a.m. is more for our full-timers or our soon-to-be full-timers. It's like a leadership call. You're welcome to get on that. Some of it's going to be over your head. Just know that going into it. Okay. Then we have this, we become a meeting promoter, a 1-to-1 ratio. Some of you know exactly what I'm about to say right here. There's a 1-to-1 ratio for your dollars, your dollars made and your people on the meeting. Okay. So KJ, what that tells me is there's 32 people on the meeting right now. We should do about $32,000 in premium outside of myself this month. Okay. And I'll tell you, we're about halfway through the month and we are almost exactly halfway to that number right now. It is a very, very, very close relationship. And I just know that the more I leverage the meetings, the more money that our business will bring in, the more money that every single one of you will make. Right? If you just decide to sell out, Sinead, to meeting attendance and start getting 10, 15, 20 people on the meetings, and that's your number one focus, you get them on the team, you get them licensed, you get them on the meetings, you get them on trainings, all of a sudden your income guaranteed will skyrocket. I promise you. You need to become a professional promoter, right? The better you are at promoting meetings for your team, the better your business will grow. Meetings build a huge amount of leverage because you're teaching people how to be a business owner on the meetings, and you're indirectly doing that. Think about it like this, like Chris, right now, you might not be in a position that you feel like you are adequately able to lead people as in a leadership business building position. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I'm just picking on you because you're the face that I saw on Zoom. But if you don't feel that way, that's great. You can leverage this meeting and plug them into me where I can teach them how to do that. And you don't have to be the one that's teaching them a lot of these basics and a lot of these fundamental pieces. Guys, like I think a lot of times we miss how important the meetings are because we think that we know everything. We get on these calls and our camera's off and we're not paying attention and we're distracted and we're laying in bed, we're sleeping, we're doing all these different things other than paying attention. And guys, there's no coincidence that consistently the people that are on with their camera on consistently are the ones that I watch close business, grow teams. They're every time. Like there's no like disconnect between that. They're the ones that are getting licensed. They're the ones showing up. They have people coming on. They're setting appointments because they're engaged with their camera on consistently, guys. And I understand sometimes we got stuff going on. We can't have our cameras on. I get it. But I'm saying that most times, right? And yeah, Elian, do you got that quote from church this morning? Because that was a fire quote. I forget what it was. Something about you missed the meeting and you missed the blessing. Is that what he said? I think that's what he said. But you missed the meeting, and guys, if you miss the meeting, you're going to miss things that could change your life. I'm dead serious. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a Primerica meeting and KJ, someone says something, I'm like, man, that was fire. Like that was exactly what I needed to hear right now, right today, this moment. And it gets you excited again, guys. And look, like the world is full of negative people, right? And that's just a reality. And this environment that we create here, Hala, is designed to keep you engaged and excited long enough to figure out how to do this. Okay, figure out how to do this. Maybe you decide after you learn how to do it that it's not for you. That's awesome. If that's great. If it's not for you, that's amazing. But at least give it time to develop the skill, Kellyanne, so you learn to see if this is something that you like once you develop the skill. Right? Yeah, there it is, Jenna. That was the quote. When you miss the meetings, you miss the moments. Like when you miss that 4th of July meeting because you wanted to go watch the fireworks rather than catch a quick 45-minute meeting, you miss probably the best training we've ever had. That's serious. Like when you miss meetings, you miss moments like that our team's going to be able to look back on and say, that was the meeting, that was the call, that was the time because you didn't want to come. Look, it's just a matter of being consistent and being committed. And again, like I said earlier, showing up for the things that you say you're going to show up for, right? Like the gym in the morning tomorrow. How many of y'all said I'm going to lose weight on Monday 3 years ago and still haven't started? There's been 150 Mondays that have rolled by and we still haven't started going to the gym. Congrats. Tomorrow's Monday. We're starting, right? We're going to get up. We're going to go to the gym. We're going to go for a walk. And I'm just being real with you guys because that is the same way that you have to think when you own your business. You got to show up. You have to put the work in. Nobody can do it for you. And guys, an employee's looking for time off. They're look at like they literally, when you're looking for a job, what is the first question you ask? How much am I getting paid? What's the schedule? And how much time do I get off? What's my vacation? What's my benefits? Guys, as a business owner, I've never looked at any of those things. Hayla, I've looked at how can I leverage my business to create the most financial gain for my family. That is just how business works. That's just when you look at a business owner, they're looking for leverage in financial gain for their family, okay? And here you get to do that. And the only way you can leverage financial gain for your family is by taking care of somebody else financially. It's amazing. I love what we do. Guys, field training and fast start is the key to everything else in this business. Duplicating the system and following the system is everything. It is the most important thing. If you catch nothing else from tonight's training, guys, this duplication of the system is the most important thing. It is the thing, the single most important thing that will set you free is duplicating what we run. The exact program. Your ability to make big money in Primerica and have freedom is dependent on two things. Number one, developing the ability for you to get results yourself. Okay, what does that mean? Learn how to prospect. Learn how to set appointments, learn how to run them, learn business and leadership skills, learn how to sell, learn how to close, learn how to be a good person, skills with people. Like that's the field training that's going to happen as you get started here. You're going to learn those skills. Some of you guys might be like, Dan, I am horrible with people. I am bad at sales. I have no friends. I don't know anybody. I'm allergic to phone calls. That's great. Every single one of those things is a skill that you can develop. And so we're going to teach you how to develop the ability to get results. And then the second thing, the key here is teaching other people how to do the same thing. Guys, like we've taught people here how to make money. Like Ellie, and I was telling Ellie and earlier, I was talking to a certain person today. I won't say who it was, but this person called me and was like, man, I've been watching all your YouTube videos. I feel like I'm back in the base shop. He's like, I've been in the business for 30 plus years. I'm watching your YouTube videos getting coached by somebody again. Guys, like that gave me chills. I literally looked at Taylor. I was like, this is crazy. Like this, I look up to this person and they're telling me that they're watching my training videos to learn how to do the business again, like they're brand new. I was like, it's so cool because guys, look, like everyone wants a coach. Everybody wants to be developed. Everybody wants to get better. I think most of the time, unless Josh, they're NPCs, right? Unless they're non-player characters like Josh likes to call them.
That's right.
They want to get better, right? And so the reality is, guys, you're going to learn how to get better and then you get rewarded by helping people get better, right? In the gym, we got rewarded by helping people lose weight. That was something that we liked doing, helping them feel healthy, helping them get back in shape. That was something that was very rewarding for us. So guys, this is what it usually looks like. I know this isn't the new orientation like PDF exactly, but this is a little bit easier to read on a bigger screen. That's why I chose this one. The numbers are still the same. So this is what promotions typically look like in your business, right? So you can go from rep to senior rep, typically outside of your 30 days, your first 30 days, with 3 recruits and $3,000 in sales. When you do that, you're at a 35% commission. That bumps you off $100 per sale on average every single time. You got to go through your licensing class and attend one training. It says Sunday night or one Friday training, replace Friday with Tuesdays. This is a PDF from our old Relentless team. So that's what it usually looks like. If you want to get to regional vice president, you need to average at least it's 10 by 10 over 2 months. 15 by 15 is a little bit of a better number because that gets you going out with probably a pretty solid promotion exchange ready to go. Now your contract level is at 110% commission plus a 20% bonus. In 4 weeks, we're going to go over 201, which is the compensation plan and the power of regional vice president. I promise you, you're not going to want to miss that meeting. That is the best 101 class. I did it live yesterday. Cass, what was your thoughts on that class yesterday? You were there. How'd you like that one?
Yeah, that was amazing. It really got me like fired up even more.
Yeah, you're about to go RVP. That's why I picked on you because you're about to experience that. But guys, like that, when you see the compensation structure, when you learn how the money works in the business and like how that like Primerica wants you to make a lot of money, like that literally like this program is designed for the client to have an incredible product and you to get paid like a professional. Like at the end of the day, so you got to understand that this is what the promotion guidelines typically look like. Okay. Now, in your first 30 days, it looks a little bit different. But guys, Art's philosophy was 3 who get 3, who get 3, who get 3, and that cycle continues to go. And it's geometric progression. It's an exponential graph. Right? It starts off, it doesn't look like a lot's happening in the beginning. Like Karen and Cass and Taylor were around in the office here in Tampa when it was just 2 or 3 of us showing up to meetings. And now pretty much every week we have like a full section, like 15 to 25 people showing up at trainings from our team. And Tammy eventually is going to decide to come to Tampa and quit her job. And I'm just kidding, but she'll eventually decide to come down and she'll see it. But guys, like, it's crazy because it's not a linear graph. Like it's not 1 + 1, Hugo. It's never 1 + 1. In Primerica, if you do Primerica right, 1 + 1 equals like 6 or 7, not 2. Because you go out and you develop a leader and that leader goes out and they start building their own business. And that turns from one person that you spend a lot of time with into 7, 8, 9, 10 people. Right. And now you have an organization. And Tammy, that's when it gets crazy. When you start having people in your business, from your business, that are bringing people into your business and their business that you have never met, that are closing like money making policies, and you've never met that person. That's when this thing gets fun. But you have to decide to just go after it and make it happen, guys. And so 7 to 10 key leaders in your business, and you are completely and totally financially independent, guys. Look, we have 7 to 10 people, but we don't have 7 to 10 key leaders developed yet. Right? Look, like you take that however you want. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being real with you. Like we just don't have the leadership developed on the team, but we have the people. Right. And it's coming and we're working on it, and you can see it. You're watching it happen from certain people in the base shop that are starting to crank numbers, and it's working. Right now, this is what it looks like in your first 30 days. All right. So I forgot to mention this earlier, guys, but every organization recruits, and you don't have to like recruiting, but you're either always going to be recruited by somebody or you're going to be a recruiter. You're either going to own a business and recruit people that are going to work for your business. Let's say you start a lawn care company. That's my favorite example to use. You go out and you start a lawn care company, and then you eventually are going to have to hire people to mow the lawns. Otherwise, you're going to be the only one mowing lawns, and your income is based on how many lawns you yourself can mow. And the reality is, if you never hire me to come work for you, you're limited on what you can make. When you hire me, you're not going to pay me the full amount that client's paying you. That client's paying you $50 a week to mow. You're going to pay me $20 an hour, $15 an hour. You're not paying me $50, right? In Primerica, guys, you have the ability to go hire people, get their compensation level as high as yours, and still bonus off of what they do, and still make incredible money, and allow them the freedom and the ability to do that as well, guys. It is so incredible, guys. Listen, like I'm so fired up and excited about what you have the ability to do in your first 30 days. So as a senior rep, you go 1 recruit and $1,000 in premium. When you do that, you're at a 35% contract. You make $200, and your trainer is going to do a very good job on that appointment and get you 3 to 4 referrals. And now you're going to have new people to go and talk to. So why do we go on field training appointments, and why should I take my trainer? Right? Because here's the reality. Everybody that you know knows you as the person that has the job that you currently have, that maybe struggles with finances, that maybe isn't the most dependable, reliable person. Right? And I'm not trying to pick on anybody. I'm just like being honest. We all have different reasons why friends or family might not want to listen to you when it comes to your finances. Maybe you've always been a nurse. Maybe you've always been in fitness. Maybe you've always been whatever. For me, I was always in fitness. So why in the world would I listen to somebody that doesn't make a whole lot of money about money when I don't know that you know anything outside of how to go to the gym, right? And that's fair. That's a real reality that people viewed me as when I started. So Tammy, what I did was I took my trainer, right? The guy that used to own a restaurant, but started the business 2 years before me, knew how to do it. He went on the appointments with me. We recruited a bunch of those people. They joined the business. They got started. They got licensed. They went out. They closed business. They made some money themselves. On top of that, I took him on some appointments. He closed life insurance. I got paid. I got referrals off of it, and it grew my commission level as I got bigger in the business. And what happened was, Cass, that gave me the ability and the belief that I was going to be able to go do it myself. Right. And that's the reality, guys, is in the beginning, you're in a belief building stage. You have to see it work. And if you're a field trainer for somebody else, your newest new person is on a belief building stage. They need to see that you can get them off to a fast start, that you know what you're talking about, that you can get them licensed, that you can give them the ability to change their life. Because reality is most people come here for something a little bit bigger than what they probably tell you when they start, right, Amanda? They're coming like, I want to make $1,000 a month. But in reality, they're like, man, I hope that this is the thing. I hope that this is the thing that changes my life. And the reality is, if you decide to make it work, it will be. If you don't quit, it will be. You just have to be consistent and committed to show up, even when it's hard, even when things suck a little bit. You decide to show up and you decide to do the things that you need to do every day. So do you see why field training is important, especially going out and getting big and doing it the right way? Let me show you again. Because at 15 recruits and 15,000 in premium, Amanda, that I do for you, you are now at an 80% contract, making $800 every time you go out and you help somebody, guys. That's a big deal. Look, I don't know about you, but put in the Zoom chat, would you rather make 80% commission on everything that you sell or 35? I'll wait. No one said 35. Yeah, let's wait and see. Shelly said 7. Shelly's a liar. No, I'm just kidding, Shelly. Shelly said 80. So, guys, it's so important that you go out, you make this thing happen, and you get it done, right? Guys, look, the truth is that this business is very fun. This business is exciting. I love what we do here. I love how we help people, guys. But the reality is nobody can do this thing for you. You have to make the decision to do it yourself. You have to make the decision to go out and get a little bit uncomfortable and make big things happen. You got to step outside of your comfort zone, pick up the phone, make a couple calls. Guys, at the end of the day, our job is to help you. Our job is to help you grow. Our job is to help you build something for you and your family. Our job is not to do it for you. Our job is to do it alongside you, with you, right? And help you do that. And so, guys, I'm just super excited for where we're going as a team right now. Don't forget, guys, 2 apps also for the next 10 days, right? So from yesterday up until the following Tuesday, right? Up until, or no, end of the month, my bad. End of the month. I lied. End of the month. 2 apps gets you to Universal Studios. You can come to the Universal trip that we are doing. Now, that does not include any of the cost of anything. That's on you. We will have contests and other incentives that you can win that ticket, but 2 life applications gets you the ability to go. I don't know about y'all, but I want to go to Universal. That's going to be exciting. I can't wait to take the top 4 people and spend extra time with them at the Hard Rock. It's going to be amazing. But guys, look, what we're doing, where we're going right now is huge. I'm so excited for you guys. Cass, what you got?
So you said that there will be more incentives later to maybe like get tickets and things like that. Do you have to have won this? So you have to have like
you can qualify for anything else until you win the ability to go. You can't just, I mean, you could just buy your ticket and go with everybody else, but like I'm not going to talk to you while you're there. I love you, but I'm not, because you got to win time to be with a team, right? You got to win the time to go to Universal with a team. My mom's shaking her head. She's disappointed, but that's fine. She'll get over it. But
they have to win this in order to win anything else that's coming up in the future.
They got to win their ability to go first. Yes, they have to win their ability to go first. And once you win that, you lock it in. Now you have the ability to win ticket reimbursement, flight reimbursement, hotel reimbursements. You must win the ability to go first, though. Okay. And then we have the top producers. Currently, the top producer right now, life insurance, is Karen, and for personal life insurance is Karen, and for personal recruits is Hugo and Robin. Builders production points above division leader, I'm like 99% sure it's Cassie right now, and below district leader is, I believe it's Hugo and Robin as well. And I think second place on that is Angie right now. That's rough guess, not positive. Don't hold me to that. You got about 70 days left of the contest too, so that's not set in stone, but that's roughly where we're at right now. With those, the scoreboard for recruits and premium is posted in Telegram every so often, so just about once a day it gets updated. Guys, fight for that thing, make it happen. So